Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody including Will. I mean, Will. Fuck.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis recently posted on X, claiming that after Crawford defeated Canelo, he believes he could beat him too. He said, "I'll swing on him for real." Davis stood firm in his confidence, urging critics to watch him prove it. He promised to train harder, demanded respect in the sport, and insisted he deserves a real chance to show his worth. He believes a victory would secure his place among boxing's elite. Following Terence Crawford's stunning win over Canelo Alvarez, many in the boxing world expected widespread praise for such a historic moment. Instead, Gervonta "Tank" Davis made dismissive remarks, saying he could beat Crawford himself. This response sparked sharp criticism from analysts, who argued that even if Davis didn't wish to praise Crawford, he should have avoided disrespect. They emphasized that Crawford had done what many thought impossible, defeating Canelo in dominant fashion. To belittle such an achievement, they said, was disgraceful and unworthy of a fellow fighter.
Dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta "Tank" Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta "Tank" Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta "Tank" Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta "Tank" Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Before this controversy, Crawford had spoken openly about Gervonta Davis. He made it clear that he didn't view Davis as a fighter willing to take risks against stronger opponents. Instead, Crawford described him as someone who talks a lot but avoids the toughest challenges. Crawford even admitted that he simply didn't like Davis, making it clear that any possible fight between them would involve more than just competition. It would be personal.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Haney, the father and trainer of Devin Haney, also joined the conversation. He dismissed Davis's comments, saying there was no way Tank could do what Crawford had done. According to Haney, Davis should stop provoking bigger fighters and focus on his own weight class. He insisted that Davis stay in his lane at 147 pounds instead of seeking attention, by calling out champions in divisions where he doesn't belong. To Haney, Davis's remarks were nothing more than a publicity stunt.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terrence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terrence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terrence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass stepped into. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke passionately about Terrence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the most significant achievements in modern boxing. He emphasized that Crawford has nothing left to prove after accomplishing something unseen for generations. Hackett reminded everyone that no fighter since the eras of Bob, Fitzsimmons, and Henry Armstrong has climbed through weight classes and completely dominated an opponent as respected as Canelo. What made this moment even more remarkable, Hackett said, was the way Crawford won. It wasn't a close decision or a lucky punch. It was it's a masterful performance that left no doubt about who was the better fighter. According to Hackett, this victory secured Crawford's place among the sport's all-time greats, making him a legend in his own right. He added that critics should stop questioning Crawford's legacy, as his accomplishments speak clearly for themselves. Hackett concluded that Crawford has silenced every doubt that ever surrounded him and should now focus on enjoying his success rather than responding to negativity. For Hackett, Crawford's triumph was the true definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good, you know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low, he know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit. All right, when I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better, and Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Terrence Crawford has openly expressed his dislike for Gervonta Davis. He hasn't completely ruled out the idea of facing him in the ring. Crawford has made it clear that if Davis is serious, he should move up to 147 pounds so the fight can happen on fair terms. For Crawford, accepting such a match wouldn't just silence Davis's constant trash talk, it would also give him another opportunity to prove his dominance against a high-profile opponent. He sees the decision as entirely Davis's to make. If Tank truly believes he can win, he needs to prove it by taking the risk instead of relying on bold words outside the ring. Crawford's position reflects his confidence in his own skill, as he welcomes the challenge knowing the odds would still be firmly in his favor.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Javante said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Respected boxing commentator expressed his admiration for Terrence Crawford by emphasizing his versatility and complete mastery inside the ring. In his view, Crawford is not just another talented fighter, but one of the rare few capable of doing everything at the highest level. Rom pointed out that Crawford's greatest strength lies in his ability to adapt to any opponent's style. Whether he faces a powerful puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or an aggressive pressure fighter. What makes him exceptional is how smoothly he blends offense and defense. Adjusting with precision and keeping his opponents guessing at every moment, Rom described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation athlete whose understanding of distance, timing, and angles sets him apart from everyone else in the sport today. To him, Crawford's fights are more than just contests. They are displays of artistry, where every adjustment feels like a deliberate brushstroke on a canvas. Beyond being a champion, Rom views Crawford as a problem solver in the ring. Capable of analyzing and dismantling any challenge before him, his consistent dominance, regardless of circumstance, has convinced Rom and many others that Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for years to come.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3, because he only had one fight at 154.
Yeah, one fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing, because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it. And he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his powers, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop. It's real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bah, bah. It's too late. You know what I mean? For Canelo to his planning of the feet to throw his power punches. If more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more loss. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Even after achieving something so rare, analysts noted that many fans and commentators were still hesitant to give Crawford the full credit he deserved. They argued that part of this hesitation stemmed from favoritism toward Canelo, who has long enjoyed immense admiration, especially in Mexico. Meanwhile, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair bias. To critics, the reaction to Crawford's victory went beyond the sport itself. It reflected deeper issues of popularity, race, and perception within boxing.
Especially enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the new Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, level. So it should be, you know, where you just like, you don't go a certain length, right? You know, it should be borders. So to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia, or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter, right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Star Hamza Shiraz also praised Crawford, calling him a mean machine inside the ring. Shiraz said that Crawford has never struggled against any opponent and always finds a way to win. His remarks reflected the deep respect younger fighters have for Crawford, recognizing him as a benchmark of excellence. For Shiraz, Crawford's performance against Canelo only reinforced what he already believed, that Crawford is operating on a level few others can reach.
To him, so he said it about himself. In the post-fight press conference yesterday, he goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined. But do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Beomek McIntyre, shared insight into what might come next for the champion. He made it clear that Crawford is unlikely to pursue a fight with David Benavidez. Instead, he suggested that Crawford may decide to step back, relax, and avoid taking on unnecessary challenges. Beomek's remarks emphasized that Crawford has earned the right to make choices on his own terms. With nothing left to prove, Crawford can now focus on his legacy and personal goals, rather than trying to satisfy the demands of critics.
Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terrence Crawford.
No, man.
No, we ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest? Absolutely.
And he don't want none.
154? No. So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys were largely
I told you it don't make
it.
no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I? In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from innocent, Bozy, them over there, they're my guys.
Legendary heavyweight Evander Holyfield also shared his thoughts on Crawford's victory, praising his performance as exceptional and noting his precise timing, sharp footwork, and high ring IQ. Holyfield said that Crawford demonstrated a level of skill that set him apart from ordinary champions. To him, Crawford's win over Canelo was more than just a triumph. It was a showcase of mastery that reminded fans what true greatness in boxing looks like. Coming from a legend like Holyfield, such praise carried tremendous weight.
What did you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? You said?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, asterisk, so you never miss an update. Stay tuned, and until next time.